Welcome to the Mack Talks, everybody. I'm your host, Scott Johnson. That's your co-host, Chase Hutchison.
Good morning, guys.
Chase, tell everybody what our program is all about.
As always, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or impactful leader, the Mack Talks are the vehicle that bring you the stories that you need to hear.
That's right. That's what we do here. And Chase is going to run through and give us a quick intro to our guest that we're super excited to have. He's a buddy of ours. And Chase, go ahead and intro him.
Yeah, so today we have someone on the podcast who I really feel embodies the term community leader. That's why we're so happy to have him. P.J. Prunty, he's the president and CEO of the Greater Danbury Chamber of Commerce. He's done a lot within the Danbury community, with CityCenter, with the mayor's office, everything. He's a Danbury native, graduated from Danbury High School, and we're just jazzed to have you on the podcast today.
Excellent. Thanks. You're making me blush.
What's up, man? Welcome.
Thank you.
How's
Appreciate
it
you guys
going?
having me. Pretty good.
No, you just had a baby, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say that to you first.
4 days old. Grant Daniel. He's
Awesome.
doing great.
Nice.
Mom was doing great
New
as well.
addition to the family.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
So obviously, you know, I don't want to say we go way back, but we've gotten to know each other kind of throughout the years.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
definitely even more now that you've taken on this position with
Yeah.
the chamber.
Yep.
So why don't you tell us a little bit more about like your story and how your whole career kind of got started?
Sure,
So you're
yeah,
a
absolutely.
Danbury native, correct?
Yeah, Danbury born and raised.
Okay.
I'm a first generation Danbury. My parents are from New Rochelle originally.
Okay.
They moved
New
here
Rock
in
City?
New Rock City. That's right.
My stepdad's from there too.
They moved to Connecticut right before the income tax was implemented. So we've got the one-term governor Lowwiker to thank for that. So
Yeah,
they came
right.
in the early 80s. Went through the Danbury Public Schools here, Mill Ridge, Rogers Park, Danbury High. Then went to college in Oneonta, New York. It's about 3 hours from here.
Nice.
Small little town, small little college. It's called Hartwick College. It's about 1,500 students, which is half the size of Danbury High, right? So I went to
Wow.
a college that's smaller than my high school. So
That's
you can
crazy.
guarantee that everyone knew everyone's business. Walking through the
Yeah,
campus.
right. I
That
can
is for
imagine.
sure.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
absolutely. So
I mean, mine was small, but it was 4,000. I was like, that's the size of my high school.
Right. I'm telling you, everyone knew your business.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it was great experience. Met my wife there. She played basketball for the school, and I
that's
played
awesome.
football. So yeah, it was good. Graduated there in 2010 with a political science degree. I moved back to Danbury. I was actually interning my senior year at Mayor Bowden's office. I know you guys had the mayor on here about a month or two ago.
Big fans.
Yep. That internship turned into a full-time job. So I was there for about 5 years. I worked as his community services coordinator, which was a very vague job description. Everything from troubleshooting the residents' issues, being the mayor's kind of gatekeeper.
Yep.
He's got an open door policy, which I'm sure he talked about at the in the interview. Everyone's welcome to to walk right into his office.
That's what I love about him.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's like, come on down.
Yep, absolutely.
Don't bitch at me on social media. Come on down.
Right,
Let's talk in
exactly,
person.
yeah. No, that's
so.
that was a great trade, and that's where I kind of assisted to come in and help with some of the residents. So spent 5 years there, then got married to my wife, and then we moved up to Saratoga Springs. I'm not sure if you fellows are familiar with that town.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's a great little town.
I haven't been there, but I've heard it's
tremendous.
Yeah, I've heard it's really nice.
It's a great place.
Yeah.
I worked at a college called Empire State College. It's under the SUNY umbrella for the State University of New York. Was there for about 9 months, and then I threw my hat into the ring for the job I just had previously at CityCenter.
Okay.
Spent 2.5 years at CityCenter Danbury, which I know you two are familiar with, but it's
Yep.
the business improvement district is the best way I would categorize that organization. Mainly focused on downtown Danbury's development and making sure that folks are paying attention to the wants and needs of Main Street Danbury.
Yeah.
So there for about 2.5 years, and then fortunate enough to get the opportunity to join the Chamber of Commerce as their president and CEO. Been there for just about over a year now.
Yep.
Tremendous organization, and really excited to be part of this community. And
And you're doing a great job. I just want to tell you, just because I think that the chamber, just chambers in general, the business model is changing a lot, just with digital marketing and stuff like that, and just anybody can pop up to create a networking group that that could compete with the chambers with due fees and things like that.
Exactly.
But just seeing what you guys are doing and seeing some of the changes that you're implementing, I think are awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate
so
that.
you're doing
Thank
a great job. Your whole team over there is, and we love to work with you guys. And I know you just dropped off some of the books and stuff.
Yeah, and that's our annual director that
an amazing drone shot on the cover.
I mean, you can't get a better quality picture than that.
Done by Mack Media, of course. So
well, shameless plug there.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
We called you guys up and you're like, didn't even let us finish asking. You guys like, absolutely, we're on it. And perfect picture. So
it looks great. It looks great.
That. Thank you.
So so what do you got on tap? What's some of the things that you got shaken out? Some of the things that you've kind of accomplished that you've been proud of,
sure,
since you've joined the chamber, and some things that you have that are up and coming, and kind of what your overall goal kind of is for the chamber.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, it's just been over about a year since I've been in the role, and one of the focal points that I've been really sort of honing in on is increasing our communication with our members. Some of the feedback that I got the first couple months and year here is some of our members were concerned that they wouldn't hear from us as often as they would like. With almost 700 members, it poses a challenge to try to reach out to proactively to each of those members and say, hey, how can we help you? What is it that you need? So we're trying to identify other avenues to stay in touch with them, whether it be increasing our social media presence. I know that we've had some conversations about how we could really kick that off. But what I think is huge is trying to communicate more proactively with our members as opposed to just waiting for their membership dues to come in the mail, right? And that was something I heard all the time.
Yeah,
we only hear from you is when you want my $350 for our membership renewal, and it's challenging because I understand that. I relate to the needs of some of these businesses because the reality is they're looking at this dues coming in. They're like, well, hold on, I either pay my rent or my gas bill or my chamber bill, and that kind of goes on the priority. But if we do a good enough job of communicating the value that we provide to some of these members, they don't have to think twice about that.
Yep.
And not to say that we've sort of knocked it out of the park and accomplished that. That's still something that we need to strive to work on. But creating different avenues for communication. We've looked at our constant contact, our email communication, tried to step that up to make our members more informed of all the events that we have going on. So I'm not sure if you've seen some of the notes that are coming directly from me that say, hey, look, here are all the events that we have going on, opportunities for you to network with other chamber members. Just kind of really looking at different avenues. And one of the things that we're working on actually with one of your partners, our media, is creating a skit that's called Out of Office. I think I mentioned this to you guys a couple of months ago.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, where we're working with local businesses to highlight, what services they provide and how they could be of value to other members in the community, business members. So we'll be rolling that out in the next couple of months. And again, it's trying to think of the chamber model as not just the traditional, hey, go buy your cars from Ingersoll Auto, go get your fuel from Mitchell Oil. That's still an important component of the chamber, right?
Yep.
Being that cheerleader, so to speak.
Yeah. Yep.
But we're in the process of identifying other value added that we can bring to our members. So it's been a great first year. Enjoying every moment of it. It's a busy experience, but
it's a process.
It is.
It's a process.
Question.
It's not like you're just going to come in and make wholesale changes in 3 months.
And,
you have to identify the stuff. And then, you got to get the ball rolling the right direction.
And especially with organizations like this that are, our chamber specifically is 87 years old.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
amazing.
of that, traditional processes that you got to respect, but you also have to identify as, how do we tweak that to kind of, be more in line with the needs of our businesses now. And I report to a board of 22 individuals, one of which, Todd Ingersoll, you had on your show.
Yep.
He's one of my board members, absolute rock star.
Yeah,
and I tell you what, it's great. It's tremendous value.
Yep.
Having those individuals on the board to give some thoughts and insights into, where they also see the chamber going.
And then you meet with the board, like once a month or something?
Once a month, yeah.
Okay.
We meet once a month. Well, excuse me, it's 9 times out of the year. Like, so July, for instance, we won't have a meeting.
Okay.
But our current chairman is Tony Rizzo from Rizzo Companies.
Okay.
We've got representations from the local banks, Union Savings Bank and Savings Bank of Danbury. And just, again, small, medium, large, we've got someone from the hospital, got someone from Boeing or Ingelheim, as well as, Jeff Levine from Levine Automotive. So we try to, get that broad representation of the different businesses that are throughout the greater Danbury area.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Danbury a little bit.
Sure.
I know that, like you said, born and raised Danbury guy. Now you're community leader in a community role. So Danbury is booming, huh?
It is. Yeah. I mean, year after year, the greater Danbury area, it seems as though we're bucking the trend.
Yep.
In both statewide mainly, but nationally as well. Each year we have an economist come in, Don Clipper Smith. He's local to the area. He used to work.
Chase loves that guy.
Oh, do you?
Really? I saw him speak.
Chase came in so excited when he saw him.
Yeah, actually, did you ask me for the slides? I can't remember. I got
I think he did.
An onslaught.
I asked him for the slides.
Yeah. So it was a It was a roller coaster.
Really informative.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of a conversation. He's like, "Oh, the state's in dire straits right now, and oh my God, the unemployment rate is going down or up," and it's just like, well, come on, easy now.
Yeah.
But he transitions to talk about Danbury and the greater Danbury area, the labor market, and really nothing but good things to say. He talks about how the job recovery, 100% from the 2008 recession, just business really booming in our area.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has a lot to say about the leadership, not just of the city of Danbury, but really the greater Danbury as a whole. And I should say that the Chamber of Commerce, we're not just the Danbury Chamber of Commerce, we are the greater Danbury Chamber. So we've got the 10 towns throughout our region that are within sort of our jurisdiction, so to speak. A lot of it, I think, has to do with location too. I think we've got a great asset in terms of where we are physically located, in the state.
Yep.
People just seem to be voting with their feet and coming to Danbury.
Yeah.
We're one of the few cities that the population
is growing
going up.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we've got
high school's going to get bigger.
Yeah. And we just added one more to the city. I actually texted the mayor. I said, "Hey, here's another Danbury Public education kid to you got to send to."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah. But look, it's all good things when you are trying to deal with those challenges. That's positive, right? I mean,
yep.
I understand that we're trying to be conscious of the taxpayers in the area, but those are all good problems to have.
Yeah.
If you're having people moving to this area, guess what? Those are more consumers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Those are more people who will be going out to the local shops, spending their money, restaurants, and it just kind of stays within our economy. Right?
Yeah.
So that's,
and I mean, what was a zero budget increase this year
zero budget increase, no tax increase for the city of Danbury. And again, that's the ability because we've got our grand list is growing. Businesses are coming. Businesses are deciding to stay in Danbury, in the greater Danbury area, as well as increase the size and scope of what they do. So
not just that, but minority-owned businesses, diversity as well. In Danbury, I think he said that like Danbury looks like how the United States will look like in 50 years.
Absolutely.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was the demographer that we had come in to our annual meeting back in November. I remember my board when I pitched the guy to my board, they're like, demographer.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? And I'm like that doesn't sound sexy at all.
No,
like how are you going to convince our chamber members to come to see a demographer speak?
Yeah.
And I laid out the specifics of what his presentation are. And I think did you come to that one as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at him. He's just like repping Mack
but
Media
I know.
to the utmost.
He's super famous. I mean, he's spoken everywhere. Like everybody knows him. I think he's been on, all the news shows and stuff. So
yeah. And it was, a lot of our businesses were like, wow, okay. It's important to think about what the demographic shift changes in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years means for our business now, right?
Yep.
So the decisions that we need to make today that are going to impact our business 5, 10 years down the road. Now, he did a great job of giving examples of how those shifts and wants and needs are going to impact all different types of businesses, whether it be, retail or manufacturing or healthcare. It's great. You go about your day-to-day business and sometimes you don't take a step back to look at, hey, what are these changes, taking place now? How is it going to impact our business? So I thought we were very fortunate to have him, and we got nothing but great feedback from our members.
That's part of the awesome thing about being a part of the chamber is you guys put on so many educational keynotes and meetings where, like, I went to one just about insurance and getting insurance for your business. If you're a new business owner and you join the Greater Danbury Chamber of Commerce, there's a lot you're going to learn too. Not the networking alone, but you're also going to get a little bit of an education.
Yeah, and our biggest role, I find, as the chamber, is serving as that conduit between the businesses that we work with and the resources that are out there, right? Mm-hmm. Connecting people with one another. That is really our bread and butter in terms of what we spend the most time on, and we feel as though our members get the most value from. Mm-hmm. But that's not to say that that's the only thing, right? So to kind of go back to your other question is, what are some of the initiatives we've been focusing on? Engagement, I think, is really important to us. So we've gone to create a legislative council. The purpose of this is to have our members be more engaged in the legislative process, mainly at the state level, but there's a local component to it as well. And we haven't dabbled in the federal component, much yet, But really, the purpose of this is we've created a council that is, again, a good cross-representation of all the businesses that we have. Small, medium, large, pharmaceuticals, construction, nonprofits. We actually have the deputy chief police for the city of Danbury in there as well to talk about, crime and law enforcement.
Which is down.
Just to hear, which is down. Right. The past practice, because we have a lobbyist that works with us. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but
no, I didn't know
that's
that.
one of the member benefits that you have. You have a concern, right? And you see something coming up in the States, like, oh, wow, that's going to be harmful to video production or what have you, or whatever it might be. You can say, hey, PJ, look, I'm concerned about Senate Bill 1234. Give us an update on that. You reach out to my lobbyist and he can say, oh, yeah, this was discussed and debated at, so-and-so date, and here's where it stands.
I know the same thing happened with, something just happened with the beer thing.
Right.
They were doing, I didn't really understand it because it's not my industry.
So are you talking about the self-pour?
No, not the self-pour, but the...
Because we could talk about that. I've got some... Dave Arcani, that was our brainchild several years ago. But we could get to that possibly, but...
No, it was the self-pour thing. What, it's they can't get they won't allow it within the state? Is that what it is?
Essentially, yeah. The House approved it.
Okay.
Overwhelmingly. Yeah. Then it got to the Senate, and then just like everything else, it just their priorities are focused on the budget and polls, and it just kind of slips by the wayside. But,
But I mean, I think that like anything with the state, it just takes forever to just push through.
It does.
I think it had it's something to do with the way they were taxed, or like how many people could buy how much beer from that or something. And I remember all the breweries were like, this will kill us if they put this in place.
I think it was the breweries either needed to decide, I'm trying to recall, whether or not they would just be, you could come into the brewery and purchase and leave, or come into the brewery and purchase and stay. Right?
You couldn't do both.
You couldn't do both.
Oh,
exactly.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And so ultimately that got shot down. I think from what I heard, there was sort of this contingent from the New Haven area that were getting some pressure from the restaurants, feeling as though that they were competing with
their lobbyists.
Right, exactly. So that I think there was enough of enough concern raised, because I reached out to Scott from Charter Oak Brewing, who is a chamber member, and he's opened up in Danbury. He's got quite the facility. I'm not sure if you guys have been there yet.
Yeah, I've been.
He's been there.
Awesome.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy. Just these breweries are just popping up all over the place.
I know.
It's just incredible.
They can take over like the Peachwave locations.
Exactly.
Just kidding. Not nearly big enough, but not nearly big
that goes to the ice cream conversation we were just talking about. So the legislative council, again, in past practices, I would get a call from the lobbyist saying, hey, now I've got this particular issue. Where does the chamber want to stand on this?
Yeah.
And I remember like it was yesterday. It was like my first or second day on the job, and I get a call from my lobbyist, and it was in session. And I can't remember what it was. Let's say it was the Paid Family Medical Leave Act. He's like, hey, they're debating this. Where does the chamber want to stand? I'm like, I'm still trying to figure out like how to turn the coffee pot on.
Yeah, right.
Where's the paper clips?
I don't know how to use this espresso machine.
And you want me to make a decision based off of 700 members with potentially 700 different opinions.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
So we were like, hey, look, let's create a sounding board from our members. Again, cross-representation.
Yep.
To hear from them, to see what it is that their priorities are, and where they want to stand on tolls, and where do they want to stand on minimum wage, and the whole slew of different issues that impact our businesses. So we've created that council. We've met probably 6 or 7 times throughout the past several months. It was our maiden voyage this year, so we're looking to kind of fine tune some of the operations of that, but be able to really be impactful in moving forward in the next legislative session. And again, as I mentioned, working in the local front as well, because the reality is a lot of the businesses that come here, they start at the local level, right? So they're sitting there with the mayors and the first selectmen in Brookfield and New Milford and Danbury and Bethel and Sherman and Bridgewater to talk to them first. So if we could be engaged in that process and assist any businesses that we need help through planning and zoning, or the health department, or public works, or law enforcement, we want to be able to be there to assist. I know it might sound like, well, hold on, you only got 3 full-time employees in there. How do you do that? Can't say that this is where I see the chamber going, as to we're being more engaged in that process.
Yeah,
right, absolutely.
No, that's great. And I know that one of the other things that when we had the mayor on, that he was talking about was just bringing a lot of arts into the city as well. He was just speaking that is an initiative that he really wants to have, because obviously it's just a different culture as well.
Absolutely.
So and I think that would be I think that's a great idea. I think that you kind of already started with that. I think there was like a street street
fair.
Street fair that happened, which was awesome.
CityCenter put that on.
So, I'm definitely excited to see what Danbury can do. And it's kind of funny. Like I always say, like when it comes to politics. Like I'm a common sense person, and Chase always makes fun of me because I say that. Like I don't really care about. I'm not voting on party lines. I don't really give a shit. Party lines. I hear you. Yep. I don't care. Mayor Boughton's done a great job. Like he's, like I support him. He's done a great job. We're going in the right direction. We've done good things. It's not like he's doing a bad job. Not like the city's doing bad. So for that reason, I support him, moving forward. Yep. And I'm like, I'm a whatever. If you're a Republican and you make sense, I
red, blue, purple.
I'm for you. Right. Yeah, exactly. And I hate that society is kind of like, well, I got to go for him because, but I get it. Like politicians have to do that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I cut my teeth in politics. I worked for him for 5 years.
Yep.
But I'm kind of of the same mindset with you.
Yeah.
And especially in this role now, we have to be bipartisan right down the line.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers says we have to be Switzerland, right? We have to kind of be
right.
Just sort of neutral in many ways. But that's a good approach, really. Like hear people out, see where their what their priorities are, and then don't just sort of go with one party because you feel you need to be there. Right?
Go with results,
right?
You know what I mean? Like go with results, and I feel like he kind of really works on a bipartisan. You know what I mean? Like I think, and I think he does a great job of it. Like he. You know what I mean? Like he was opening rest areas with Lamont yesterday. What was it?
They had their thumbs down.
We need to get that train station open, the one that connects to.
That is.
It's a new line.
No, what is that? It's an existing line. It's the line that runs parallel to 84. And then it kind of goes up north, just right where the southeast connection is for the Harlem line.
Okay.
So if you recall, Circus used to come to the mall. They used to unload right near the where Chuck's is, that hotel.
Yep.
Rarely used now, if ever. I grew up on that side of town, and
so the line's already there.
Line's already there.
Not used.
There's still some work that needs to be done.
They're working on it, I think now. Right?
Yeah, I mean they're having conversations, and I'll tell you what. You talk about a game changer in terms of downtown Danbury and the greater Danbury as a whole. If we can connect that line from downtown Danbury to the Harlem line. Mm-hmm. Forget about it.
So where would it would pick up on the Brewster?
Yeah, the plan as I've heard it,
line.
Is it would connect to what is the terminus now at Southeast, right on the Harlem line.
Okay.
So there's Brewster Village,
and
then there's Southeast. Right. Yeah. So the line that we're talking about that runs from downtown Danbury
would go right
along
into
Mill Plain Road, along 84, and then into the New York line. Would go to Southeast.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're in conversations now with DOT, MTA. That line that we're talking about in Connecticut, it's privately owned. I want to say it's the Houstonic Railroad Association or something like that. So there's a lot of entities that are in conversation right now. From what I've been told, it sounds like it's positive, right?
Yeah,
heading in the right direction. And the city's done a tremendous amount of work in terms of transit-oriented development. They did a huge study that was matched by the state. They brought in consultants, professional consultants from Boston to talk about what it is that the downtown corridor needs in order to really kind of take off.
Yeah.
So a lot of the locations in downtown, a lot of the properties, pieces of lands, and the parcels were identified as great opportunities for redevelopment, bringing in mixed use development, right? Mm-hmm. Bringing in residents downtown that have disposable income that are then going to want to get out of their apartments and walk to the services that they need.
Yep.
And we've already seen the impact that Kennedy Flats has made in downtown Danbury. 375 apartments, of which the mayor is a resident of one of those.
Yep.
So I always see him out there walking his dog. That's over 92% leased, that facility.
Wow.
And it's market rate.
Wow.
Right. So we're not talking about, dirt cheap apartments rentals.
That place is beautiful too.
Yeah, it is. And
I know there's another unit similar coming.
Yeah. Yep. Across the street, News Times parcel.
Yep. And that's what. And I know that we've had, when I've attended some of the meetings, your previous position, with CityCenter. That was a lot of the conversation was bringing the foot traffic.
Right.
And then now, once that other building is built, we need that one anchor.
Exactly.
When you get that one anchor, and I'm taking your words because that's what you said in the meeting.
It's like a chicken and egg, component where you need to have the demand there to be able to convince, Scott from Scott's Pub to locate his franchise in downtown Danbury, right? He looks at it, he's like, you know what? I mean, opening up any business, whether it be in downtown Danbury or downtown Stanford, it's a risk, right? So these entrepreneurs look at all the risk, and if they feel as though they're overwhelmed, they're going to, no, pass, I'm not going to do that. But if they see, the opportunity there and they're willing to make that jump, that's what we need. So I honestly, I see nothing but positive things for downtown Danbury. I mean, the city's going to be investing in streetscape as well. So they're redoing the sidewalks. which some people think it's, what is that going to do? But I think personally it sends a message. If the city's investing in downtown Danbury and the sidewalks, businesses want to locate and invest their money where cities are investing themselves, right?
Yes.
It's just kind of how it goes.
I mean, the people that say that, I don't know, like, I can't, it's the same thing as like, they would say within a business, you know, like paint something, like, you know, like paint a wall or change something within the facade just to make people feel more. It's that emotional thing.
Right.
But then you go as far as like, it's the same thing too. This guy's investing into the company. This guy's investing into the city.
Right.
So obviously that's something that, you know, when they'll be real quick to complain when the sidewalk's falling apart. You know what I mean? Like they'll post it all over social media.
Trust
me. But if it's okay and you replace it, then
I'm still getting calls. Yeah. I'm still getting, that was my job. Like I said, back, 8 years ago in the mayor's office. I'm still getting calls.
Yeah.
People are calling my cell phone. I'm like, oh man.
That's funny. That is funny.
Some jobs never leave you, right?
But yeah, we're excited. I know that we're in Brookfield, but I moved to Danbury when I was 17 and I had, vision over there for many years. I consider myself Greater Danbury. You know what I mean?
That's the reality.
Yeah.
We're a regional economy. And, when I was at CityCenter, my focus was that 1 square mile, right? But the reality is it's folks who are living in Brookfield and New Milford and Bethel and Reading and Richfield that all contribute to our economy, right?
Yep.
People who live in Reading don't just shop in Reading.
Yep.
People who live in Sherman don't just go to the American Pie Company to get their goods, right? They go to different businesses throughout the Greater Danbury area. And that's a reality.
Yep.
Just because you lay your head at night at Brookfield or Bethel, we are all sort of in this together. So
exactly.
And that's really what I think is the beauty of our chamber, is that's not just sort of one town. It's not just the 44 square miles of Danbury. It's the entire Greater Danbury area.
And that's what kind of allows you guys to be able to do some things that some of the smaller chambers can't do.
Sure.
Is because you're able to bring in those speakers. You're able to get those bigger kind of educational type of things.
Sure.
So you're obviously putting the Greater Danbury Chamber to great use by doing that. So.
Right. And then again, going back to the importance of downtown, I always, view downtown Danbury as the heart, right, of the region. And you want a healthy heart, right, to be able to really make the area prosper.
That's a great,
So we've got some news from the chamber that I'm not going to announce on here.
Okay.
I'll do a little teaser.
Okay.
But it has to do with an office relocation.
Okay.
We'll be moving in the next couple of months, and we'll send something out publicly as to where our board chose just last Friday. So
nice.
That's exciting.
It's gonna be a great move for us.
Yeah.
I think
some new digs.
Be a real statement.
Yep.
From our organization, but we're looking forward to it.
Nice.
I'm real.
So we'll make sure that we share all that information and everything that you guys have. We love to support the chamber and kind of
absolutely. I just moved personally to a new house 4 weeks ago. So now we're
look at you. You got all kinds of things going on, man, huh?
The fact that I'm putting a coherent sentence together right now, I think is
wow.
impressive.
Wow, this guy.
But,
that's awesome.
All right. Well, now PJ, he actually found out when he just sat down that he was going to be a part of our segment, Mack Move or Whack Move.
This is great.
So Chase, go ahead and give us a quick intro about what Mack Move or Whack Move is, and I will hand PJ his sign.
Excellent.
All right, so I'm going to pitch some topics to you guys, topics that are in the news, in national news, and then sometimes local news as well. And basically, we're just going to call it, it's self-explanatory, Mack Move or Whack Move. You tell us whether it's a good idea or bad idea, or, and then you can also explain your reasoning behind it. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
I love this segment.
How many times have you done this segment now?
We're probably
four
or five.
Okay.
Yeah. We only pick and choose certain guests though.
All right.
You got to have the right and you fit with it.
All right. There you go. Love it. I'm honored.
All right, cool.
All right. So first topic, Taylor Swift versus Scooter Braun. Okay. Have you heard of this guy?
I have. Yes.
Okay, cool. So the Big Machine label group, which owned all of Taylor Swift's masters from her past 6 albums, has been purchased by Scooter Braun, celebrity musician whisperer, Justin Bieber discoverer, and entrepreneur. Scooter Braun works with Ariana Grande, Kanye West, and you name it, he's worked with them. So some of the biggest names in the music industry are sounding off on this. A lot of them in support of Taylor Swift. And then you can only imagine what her fan base, how they're taking this.
The Swifties.
Yeah.
The Swifties. So
I have a couple of questions before I can vote on this. I feel like I have to understand the story a little bit better. So why can she buy her own?
So
masters?
she has been making efforts for years to buy her own masters, but the owner of Big Machine Label Group has denied because of their relationship. She's denied her. So they have a rocky relationship, and they were working out terms. Apparently, he's got a great relationship with Scooter Braun. He just swooped in and scooped those up.
All right. So I'm going to go on this one, and I'm going to go Mack move. And the reason why I'm going to go Mack move is, like, come on, Taylor Swift. Like, what are you doing? Like, have somebody else negotiate it. Like, just give somebody a bunch of money if you have a personal problem with him, or fix the personal problem. This guy has every right to sell it to whoever he wants to sell it to.
Yep, it's true.
You know what I mean? So I'm going total Mack move. I'm all about Scooter, and I love his name because
Yeah.
I sometimes might have an alias that goes by the name of Scooter that talks like he's from Delaware and eats a lot of Scrapple. You know what I mean? So don't make this Scooter come out.
Scott's got an alter ego.
Yeah, don't make this Scooter come out. So I am going Mack move.
All right. No, I'll throw a little bit of curveball. I'm gonna go whack move on this one here. And this is, ironically enough, I was just listening to Bad Blood by Taylor Swift as I was trying to.
All right.
My wifey is a big Swiftie fan.
Oh boy. Okay.
So when I made her labor playlist, I had one of those songs on there, and we were just
show it to the camera. Right. Show it to the camera.
Whack move, baby. Whack. So again, this is in response to my wife. So you're welcome, baby. All right? Look, I understand that from a entrepreneurial capitalism standpoint. It's his to own, right? You negotiate it back way when, but. I don't know. I think she's got some legitimate concerns here with this, but whack.
Yep.
Straight up whack.
What you got?
No, I gotta do Mack move here. From a business standpoint, this just makes sense, and you snooze, you lose.
It seems like it's very personal too.
It's personal because look,
but I also feel like Taylor Swift could have found a way to pull it off.
Yeah, her point, she was saying, "Hey, I was 15 years old when we first started,
doing
talking
stuff.
about this." But to your point, at the same time, I'm not shifting here. I'm still considering whack. Have someone come in here who's a professional that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, right? You have the money to do it.
Who've been doing this professionally for years.
Exactly.
No,
but
I agree.
all right,
next,
staying with it.
All right, next topic. ESPN bans LeVar Ball. Last week, Ball was banned from ESPN programming after telling ESPN anchor Molly Querum she can switch gears with me anytime. ESPN condemned Ball, calling his comment completely inappropriate. LeVar Ball denied having any sexual intent from a remark he made towards Molly Quinn during his appearance on First Take.
I feel like we have to play how he said it. Because if he just said, "Hey, switch gears on me anytime," it's perfectly okay. But when you're like, "Hey, you can switch gears on me anytime,"
honestly, I have not seen it. So what's the context?
It was a little bit in between. It was your first one and your second impression. Like it was in between there to where it was definitely implied that he was saying that like he found her attractive, but it also wasn't. It wasn't sleazy or over the top. It was just like, "Oh, you can switch." But I get it. I get why that people would look at that and say like, "Well, we just can't have that."
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Mack move for ESPN banning him, but I don't really know that it's for that comment. I'm going to say you should have banned him a long time ago because he's a clown.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like that's why you should have really banned him, not for this comment. And it's kind of like, I don't know. That comment can be taken so many ways. And I guess it's about your gestures and what you did when you said it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. LeVar Ball is a clown. So I'm
going Mack move on that for ESPN. Look, I just think, especially now in this day and age, people have to be much more sensitive to those type of comments. And they have to realize that you are always now being watched nonstop. And again, it's just, he's got to be smarter than that.
And they're looking for a reason to ban him anyway, just because he's a clown.
Well, there you go.
You know what I mean? And he's kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah.
He had his run.
This is in the wake of the whole Me Too movement too, which is it's tough. But I'm going to go whack move. If you want clicks, if you want views on your video, you got to have people like him on. They got to adapt to the changing landscape of media and entertainment.
He's going for shock value.
ESPN is coming to a point where I feel like it's just background music, and we really get our real sports news from, Mike and Mad Dog. Yeah. And
Mike and the Mad Dog hasn't been on in 10 freaking years, brah.
Oh, my bad.
And you've never listened to AM Barstool in your life. AM.
What's AM? You would never.
Barstool Sports.
The sound you hear on AM is like
WLAD.
More personalized.
You're talking about Mad Dog Sports.
Delivery of news.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it? Like on YouTube, there's hot clips or something.
Yeah.
Hot sports clip. Like there's a lot better avenues to get that news now. And I feel like they're just doing this is they're being bullied by society telling them you can't do this. You can't have this person on. Anyway. All right, we'll move on.
All right. Next.
All right. Next topic.
I like this one. I think it's funny.
Nice.
I don't like it, but like for the reason it's going to sound like I like it, but I'll explain. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you sure you have the right topic? Because I switched it out.
I have the one on the go ahead. What is it?
All right. Nike's Betsy Ross flag sneakers are canceled because Colin Kaepernick found them offensive. So citing people familiar with the matter, the paper's report stated after images of the shoe were posted online, Mr. Kaepernick, a Nike endorser, reached out to company officials saying that he and others felt that the Betsy Ross flag is an offensive symbol because of its connection to an era of slavery. Nike said it chose to halt the release of an America-themed sneaker, which featured her flag on the back, based on concerns that it would unintentionally offend people.
Couple of things here to kind of unpack. Number one, isn't it disrespectful to put the flag on shoes anyway? I mean, people that wear bathing suits with the flag, I mean, isn't that kind of like, you're not supposed to show the flag. Like, I don't think you're supposed to do that with the flag. That's number one, I think. Number two, Nike knows exactly what they are doing.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And I'm going to go Mack move. And that's not because I'm not patriotic. I love this country and I'm extremely patriotic. Mm-hmm. But this is part of what they've been doing. Like, they know what they're doing. So many people are going to be talking about that. You don't think it has anything to do with the fact that it's over 4th of July that this is happening?
Yeah.
Nike knows exactly what they're doing. Right. And it's like, everybody's going to be like, I'm burning my Nike shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, go ahead, burn your Nike shit. Make sure you put it on Facebook. Put it all over the place. Right. You know what I mean? So I am as patriotic as they come. Like I said, I attend the Scrapple Apple Festival in Delaware. That screams patriotism.
That's America right there.
That's America right there.
America.
And, for that reason, I'm going to go Mack move.
Yeah. Okay.
PJ.
Straight up whack.
Okay.
Whack move.
Go ahead.
And when I saw this, I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, Betsy Ross. Why are you hating on Betsy Ross?
Yeah.
It's ironic.
Yeah.
So are you going to go close there's a Betsy Ross rest stop on 995?
Yeah.
Are you going to close the rest stop now on 995? Very relevant to what we're doing in Connecticut.
That's not the point, though. I wouldn't even be surprised if Kaepernick didn't even do this. Like, I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Nike was like, yo, listen, we came up with this idea. Hey, Kaepernick, here's another X amount of money. Yeah. We're going to say this. Cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're right. It's all strategically planned out.
Yeah.
But to the same point, if they were just to keep the shoes out there, then they would have probably just as much backlash, no? Especially now that it's been publicized, hey, pull them out. If they were to keep them, I think they would accomplish that same thing.
Yeah.
So why not just keep them up and then say, hey, look, we're staying true to what we wanted to do originally. So I mean, that's my thought.
It just cracks me up. 4th of July, like the week of 4th of July.
It's perfect.
Like they just realized. You know what I mean? Like,
and how much do you want to bet that not only if there's versions of the shoe that exist and they're out there, that those are sold out, and that there's also now an entire black market. So
it's a win-win no matter what. Right?
I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's
awesome. Yeah.
So what do you got? What are you going with? What are you going with?
I'm going with Mack move. Mack move. For all the reasons that mainly you said, I agree with all those. I think this is like an orchestrated campaign on their behalf to get more clicks, more views, and therefore more purchases. And honestly, in this culture, it's genius.
I didn't realize I was with a bunch of communists.
Chase wants Nike to sign LeVar Ball.
They should collab.
What's the next one? Is this the last one, or what we got? Two more?
Let me see. We got two more. This one's quick though, and I did this one because it rides off of the coattails of what we were just talking about. Cool. So wearing the American flag this 4th of July on your clothing, it's illegal. Everybody should know. It's a little known fact. Consumers should also remember a little known fact. Under the U.S. flag code, any clothes with the flag on it are technically illegal. That includes printed, painted, attached, or otherwise placed as a representation or any article of merchandise for the purpose of advertising is a misdemeanor, can lead to a fine of $100 and less than 30 days.
Should we rewrite that law? I mean, I feel like that's a law that was written like way back.
Shall not infringe.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's.
No, but this is the Mack move or whack move topic is wearing the American flag for the 4th of July? Is that a Mack or a whack move?
I'm gonna say that it's a Mack move, and I think it should be okay. Like, but I will tell you that like if the people that get upset about like little things with the flag, they are still upset about it. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like times have kind of changed, and I feel like you're representing your patriotism by showing that flag. You know what I mean? And you're proud of your country. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I just think times have changed. Like, let's adapt to times and let's be like, okay, the flag is important, but like, let's be proud of it and let's be able to, you know, to wear it how we want to wear it.
No. Yeah.
So I'm going to go Mack.
Yeah. I'm there with you too on the Mack move. I'm just thinking back to, I've worn Old Navy Memorial Day flag and 4th of July flag T-shirt every single year. I'm like, well, I never knew that. I've heard of people talk about like wearing scarves, right, that they drape around. Yeah. And we talked about the shoes, right? We just said how maybe a little bit borderline. Yeah. But like wearing a T-shirt with the flag printed on it, I'm like, come on, like that's to say that we're being disrespectful and it's illegal. That's a little much.
I think actually the Mack move or whack move should be whether we should change that law, and we definitely should change that law because it's just like it's like one of those things that nobody is ever going to enforce. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like what cop is going to go give somebody a ticket?
Yeah, it's a guideline. Right? Essentially, it's a guideline. Yeah, it's still a law, but no one's going to arrest you for it. Like the cops are told, you know, not to. Yeah. Really.
Well, if Nike really knew what they were doing, they should have had Kaepernick wear the shoes, have a police officer arrest him. Someone filming on YouTube.
Hello, that's genius. That's genius. Colin Kaepernick gets ticket. Right. What do you got, Chase?
I'm going Mack move mainly because, you know, I have American flag swimming trunks. How can I say whack move about
PJ?
This?
We just talked about this.
Those swimming trunks that he has, you know the way these young boys, they wear them. Those things are tight.
They're tight. But those are tight. They're my favorite. I would wear them to work if I could. I love them.
I have a term for that, but I don't know if I could say that on
mankini. A little mankini. All right, what do you got next?
All right, last topic of the day. We got.
Well, we're gonna get political here.
We're gonna get a little political here. Governor Ned Lamont signs paid family leave bill. So here's the details, real quick. He signed a bill into law that will provide paid family and medical leave for up to 12 weeks for all Connecticut employees. The program will be funded through a payroll tax on workers.
So don't we already have that? Don't we already have like, oh, it's medical.
Yeah.
It's mainly for like maternity leave.
No, it's not mainly.
That's optional? Or?
It is a part of it. Yes. Okay. However, the other uses for it are sort of beyond just maternity. It could be sick leave. It could be, let's say, like, I think it needs, the specifics of it I have to take a look at, but I think it has to do with immediate family member being sick or something like that you can then take off that time to care for that person. And again, there's intricacies to this that we would need 2.5 hours to talk about on its own. But, so go ahead. I don't want to.
That's why it's tough. This is a tough.
This topic. Is a really, really tough
coming
one
off
because
of,
there's so many
having you just had your second child.
Yeah.
It's like.
But that I feel like that's always like a guaranteed thing. Like you're just kind of like a POS if you don't give a one. You know, I mean that's law though, right? You have to do that, right?
Isn't that law?
Like, doesn't a woman have to get
not paid though, right? Okay. So I think and again, it also varies from company to company, right? Yeah. So depending upon what policies you have within there, but this would mandate it, right? This would require it throughout the state for employees that from 1 to 1,000. So.
I'm going to go whack move for this reason. I feel like companies, and I get it. It's a 2-part thing. It's people are definitely going to take advantage of it. But then also business owners are going to take advantage of people too. Like I feel like, you know, as a business owner, if somebody comes to you with a serious problem, like that's more or less your relationship to work out with them. But I also understand that that's why we put laws in place because people do, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of almost in the middle on this one because I want it for the people that need it, but I know people are going to abuse the shit out of it because you're going to be able to get a get out of jail free pass.
And that was a lot of the concerns from our chamber members. Yeah. So, we took a formal position on tolls. We opposed tolls as a chamber as a whole. Yep. We didn't really get to the point yet to discuss the paid family medical leave. But I'll tell you what, if we took a vote on it, that council, we would have been in opposition to it. This is tough for me because, like, personally, I want to say it was a Mack move. Yeah. But professionally, with the members that I represent, I want to say it's a whack move because they're concerned to all the points that you talked about, people taking advantage of it. And again, it's tough because how do you sort of dictate what is legitimate and what is not? And that's where I think more discussion needed to happen before it was sort of,
it's like the emotional support dog.
So can I just kind of
you can do that. All right? Yeah, that's perfectly okay. Because it's a tough subject and you would really need to unpack the shit out of it. Yeah. You'd have to know more about it.
Yeah. And I just gave you 2 details. Like this would take forever to unpack, but I just wanted to hit you with a tough one.
For me, I feel like it's going to be like the emotional support dog. Like anybody can get that now. Like it's just a sheet of paper. And it's like, there's no difference between the person that really needs it and the person that just loves their little buddy.
Right. Yeah. Well, and you know what I mean? It's like, so perfect example. People are texting me right now saying, "Hey, are you on paternity leave?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, technically my employer does not provide that to me. So I would have to take vacation time and, sick time and whatnot. So I'm going to, sort of pick and choose. We'll probably wind up doing, like my wife will be on the 3 months.
Yep.
And the other thing is there's disability that you can sort of intertwine in there as well. But again, you got to be proactive with that stuff, which is why, the state's trying to head to this direction. And what I would say is it is the most progressive policy in the country in terms of what is provided. So I think it's up to 90 or 95% of what you're compensated at to a cap.
Yeah.
And again, you mentioned already going into details. Devils are in the details.
Yeah. So
it's definitely a tough. It's definitely a tough subject.
And what I would say is there's 0.5 of 1% is taken out of all of our checks. So our paychecks will have a little bit of deduction to pay into this program, essentially.
Well, that's the thing that I think about though too is like unemployment, and how that works. Like, so if I get people that claim that, now my rate goes up. You know what I mean? Like how it all kind of
there's all these sort of unintended consequences, which you see in many pieces of legislation might be well intentioned.
Yeah, but then it ends up being
So people start to see their pay go down. Guess what? They might be knocking on your door saying, "Hey, I want an increase in my stuff." Although it might be minuscule, but every penny counts.
All goes down.
I just don't think the government should be able to tell an employer that you have to pay someone when they're not working. And I don't think the government should be, like Scott was saying, I think it's kind of something you have to work out with your employer. But I also understand that this is a law that's probably put in place to mostly prevent abuse on the employer side so that people don't get fired just for having a kid and then don't get paid or whatever. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't pay people, or I'm not saying that we shouldn't take care of our own employees and stuff. But I just feel like also just in our climate now, our political climate or our economic climate, with all these taxes coming in, like this is just the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like wrong place, wrong time for this. Like,
and at what point are they going to run down our throat that, okay, now everybody gets 4 weeks vacation.
Everybody's going to leave. Now everybody's going to leave. So I'm thinking about the future. But that's just my, so I'm going to go whack move on this one.
All right. Well, that wraps up Mac Move or Whack Move with our boy, PJ.
All right.
And so how was it?
Phenomenal.
It was good, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
right?
cool.
I wish I lose every week.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Greater Danbury Chamber podcast. Maybe in the making.
There we go.
All right, cool. So Chase, go ahead and close us out. PJ, thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. As always, thanks everybody for listening. If you want to find out more about the Mack Talks, go to www.themacktalks.com. Write us a review on iTunes. Every bit helps. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter @Mack Talks. PJ, if you want to learn more about Greater Danbury Chamber of Commerce, you can go to greaterdanburycoc.com, right? And then you can also follow PJ on Instagram. You can follow Greater Danbury Chamber of Commerce on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Get involved in the community, people.
Join the chamber. Do it now.
Join the chamber.
It'll be a Mac move if you join the chamber.
Mac move on the chamber.
Nice. All right.
Mac move.
Thanks, PJ.
Gentlemen, thank you.